sands of time ravage all. Mortals, monuments, even civilizations cannot stand against it. Their remnants lost beneath the dunes, awaiting discovery by the brave or foolish.
What's that? I can hear something. Come here, quiet.
Like time itself, the living are not welcome in Nehekara. For this is the land of the dead, ruled by the Tomb Kings, where only the expired may serve. All bow before High Queen Khalida, the embodiment of the asp. She has been sent far from Lybaras by her beloved goddess. Eternity was promised, but the Tomb Kings awoke to unlife, no longer beatific sovereigns. Their kingdoms as decayed as their bodies. The glory of Khemri lost, forgotten. A comet, an omen. The Black Pyramid stirs, but does not wake. A vessel of untold power, awaiting a new master, but it remains sealed. The Lich Priests are tasked with finding access. They venture deep into the catacombs, seeking clues. Discovering an obelisk inscribed with hieroglyphs as old as the desert gods. The answer lies in the 9 books of Nagash, the original tomes of undead lore, authored by the arch-necromancer. Due to the turbulence of the vortex across the ocean, not 9, but only 5 books are needed. Then, the pyramid shall open. Time has seen the books lost, scattered. Other Tomb Kings will seek them, for all desire the Black Pyramid. Begin the search. Raise your warriors. The legions of Khemri march to war. The first book found. A Codex Mortifica. The pages within seeped in dark magic. The hieroglyphs match those upon the pillar. Illuminating our progress. The second book, a Liber Necrominca. Upon its pages, the invocation for undead animus. As more books are discovered, we traverse more than mere distance. We cross the boundary between the living and the dead. The third of Nagash's books, a tome of 1,000 souls, all singing for their release. The spirits howl and scream. Let their chorus echo our zeal for power. The fourth volume, a carrion book of Shaiish. In its pages, the secrets to cheat mortality. Only the honorable abide by the rules of life. And where are they? Rotting in the ground, lost to oblivion. The fifth book, the Liber Necris. The final ciphers are revealed. With 5 books in your possession, the Black Pyramid shall open, and your dominance assured. Yet, the lackey of Nagash is in our way. Undead legions muster in the shadow of the Black Pyramid. Battle is inevitable. Victory ensures your ever-living dynasty reigns supreme. The Lich King is defeated, his legions scattered like desert sands. Now, nothing can stand in your way. All will bow to the majesty of Nehegara. The greatest of civilizations rises again. The living will quail, for the age of flesh is over. The Tomb Kings shall reign over all. The Black Pyramid is yours.
They say Wolfheart's ship, the Vengeance, is sunk. 60 cannons and 200 souls lost to the deep. They say it was a fell storm that took her, or some say it was pirates from the Maelstrom. They say she was lost here, in the realm of Luther Harkon. And to trespass in these waters is to invite death on board. But then they know nothing.
You waste our time.
Wait! This is the map you are looking for, crafted by Captain Jacob Wolfhard himself. I beg your patience, for its secrets are easily missed. Mathlanka, Semga. Witness Wolfhard's obsession, a life spent chasing tavern stories and myths. Sightings, eyewitness accounts, 100 shipwrecks named and dated. Like you, Wolfhard knew it was no storm or jagged rocks that caused their demise. It was the Tide Maker, the ancient merworm. The elves named it Aminar.
Wolfheart's ship, where is it?
Ah, yes, its final resting place. It was here he fought the beast, a fight to the death. All but one of his crew were lost. It was he who marked the map with this cross. The vengeance lies here. And if the story runs true, a weapon lies with her. A weapon to kill the unkillable. To challenge the beast is to challenge the sea itself, cursing all that sail with its retribution. Wolfhard sought infamy for killing the beast, but the question remains, why would your kind seek it?
Why all these stalls? We go hunt. Yes, hunt beasts. Us! No matter.
My lord, we have the map. What are your orders?
Kill the beast. Resurrect the beast. Rule the waves.
The launcher has been constructed, and Stromfell's lost shanties have been sung. The verses combining into a potent charm, imbuing the harpoon with great power. The final verse revealing a cavern in the deeps where Aminar lurks. The chart is plotted, and the sails billow as the ship follows the course revealed by the map. The order is given. Drop anchor. Your crew descends into the depths in search of the beast. Aminar is close. The ancient merworm roars. In defiance or anguish, the predator is not used to the role of prey. From the shadows comes another, to claim the prize of slaying Lothan's guardian beast. Wolfheart's bane will become Fellheart's glory. But you are in his way. The Kraken Lord is defeated. His mantle of the sea's greatest pirate is almost yours. But there remains another task to fulfill. The beast is lured to the surface. Wolfheart's harpoon yearns to be fired. Now blessed with charms hidden within the ancient sea shanties, it thrums with power. The lore of beasts, to raise a beast. Amanar has risen again, but its flesh rots. For it is no longer Ulthuan's ancient guardian of the sea, but an undead monster within your thrall. You have the ultimate prize, a treasure greater than any jewel. And with it, your infamy will spread far beyond the coasts. The seas are yours. Its prey and plunder await.
El continente jungla de Lustria yace al oeste del gran océano. Los primeros en desembarcar en él saquearon un templo antiguo y llenaron sus barcos con tesoros. Los rumores se extendieron y otros quisieron seguir sus pasos. Rebosantes de codicia, muchos hombres del imperio se adentraron en el corazón de la jungla. La tierra de las bestias, saqueada y despojada de sus riquezas. Esto acarreará graves consecuencias. La jungla despierta. Una furia cruel se alza para castigar a los invasores. En las ciudades templo de Lustria, los hombres lagartos se aunan para invocar a su gran guardián. Así el errabundo recorre Lustria una vez más. El espíritu de la jungla se ha manifestado. Hay que saldar cuentas. Solo los más fuertes sobrevivirán a la matanza venidera. El amansamiento de este continente ha tenido grandes repercusiones. Ahora la jungla envía a su último contendiente. Prepárate ya, mariscal cazador. ¿Eres el cazador o la presa? El poderoso protector de la jungla no es nada más que un trofeo de cazador. La tierra de los hombres lagarto yace en ruinas, conquistada por el imperio. Pueden dominarla y saquearla a placer. Al menos por ahora. Han intentado convertir en presa al depredador. Pero ahora daremos caza al cazador. Recupera la jungla, poderoso señor. Desata su furia. Nadie resiste la furia de Nakai. Y menos aún los débiles sangre caliente. Pues la jungla será por siempre dominio del errabundo donde los hombres lagartos reinarán eternamente.
Deep under the world, they chitter and plan, watching, waiting. When they emerge, it is a nightmare vision. The Skaven, a ravenous horde of verminous ratmen. They gnaw at the roots of the world like an infected wound. They mean to rule over ruins, for such is the will of their god, the great horned rat. Only the island home of the High Elves has remained unscathed. And at its center is the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphons chaos from the world. The Skaven covet its vast power with envious, beady red eyes. The twin-tailed comet is oft seen as an omen, but this time its wake has disturbed the winds of magic. In the secret halls of the Under-Empire, the Council of 13 has gathered. A time to scheme of opportunity.
I kill dwarf things in Pillar City. No! Clan wars go to Southlands. Hunt for Warpstone. Moors are puppet minion. Pestilence infest Lastria. Yes. But all Warpstone for council plan. Come, scribe slave. Work to do. Comet makes elf things weak. Council wants power of the vortex. Just as prophecy demands. So it's true. You read markings on the black pillar. Then you know we must find the Screaming One. Find out how to control the vortex. Oh yes, master. But a large tribute of Warpstone will that demon require if we summon him. Return to your assigned clan. Harvest Warpstone. Yes, most precipitous of masters. And flee yourself, your impertinence. Oh, it will be done, your worship.
The ritual enacted, the skies over the world shatter, exciting the Grey Seer while his scribe cowered, for he knew their next destination. Deep in the fetid jungle swamplands was the lair of the Screaming One, summoned to this plane by the ritual. Not risking his whiskers, the master sent his minion into the lair. Within, the Vermin Lord awaited. The Screaming One spoke of the vortex at the heart of the Elf Thing's island continent. It was vulnerable due to the comet's path, ripe for Skaven interference. An engine of doom and curses must be constructed and empowered by 4 more rituals. The vortex would be bound to this machine on completion of the final ritual, giving Skaven untold power. The Screaming One granted the lowly scribe an object encased in iron. The scribe eyed it greedily, but the demon demanded the gift handed to Grey Seer Valskreek. And a final gift, rituals of fabrication to build the machine. The scribe's adopted clan would begin construction at once. But warpstone is needed to power the rituals, and Valskreek already grows impatient. And so construction began on a device to dominate the vortex. Warpstone-enhanced lumber was required, and the gnawing of rats provided it. The Grey Seer was pleased, and raced back to Skavenblight to report on his accomplishment. The ritual revealed a new location. It was in Lustrian swamps the Grey Seer sent his minions next. Under the dank, fetid surface, did they find Sotek-cursed bones to lash upon the machine? The Council sends reports that other powers seek control of the Vortex. The race is on. Upon the Grey Seer's orders, did the scribe visit the laboratories of Clan Moulder to secure strong specimens enhanced by the ritual for the labors ahead. Construction continues, but Skavenblight is strangely silent. Are our lords fully apprised of Valskreek's plan? It was the comet's wake that weakened the vortex. Surely a cruel trick by the gods. It's not like mortal creatures could move a comet.
Master Valskreek most unexpected. Important time is this. The most holy of bells shall be scatterleaped onto the device of doom and curses. Yes. But I have studied device, not for controlling vortex. Finally, you see the truth. A different purpose it has.
The fabric of reality was torn, and from the realm of ruin, the Skaven's horned god visited its creatures. Clever child, it whispered with the voice of 1,000 screeching rats. The celestial event that weakened the vortex was of Skaven design. A parody of the true comet. The Council of 13 were architects of this grand manipulation. They ordered the devious contraption built. Its task complete and fuel expended, the rocket fell back to the surface. When the wreckage was discovered, its purpose remained unclear until now. It was the catalyst to weaken the Vortex and goad the other races into action. Every ritual cast, the magic was stolen, absorbed into the Horned Rat's bell. Now soaked in ritual power, the bell will be placed in its great carriage, made by the claws of the Scribe's clan, and moved to Ulthuan's heart. If it tolls 13 times, the Horned God shall emerge from the Vortex. But there is a cost. The sacrifice of an entire clan. The Horned God demands the Chosen are made ready.
The Horned One has spoken! And your clan will be fed to him. You betrayed this clan. No. This was Council's desire all along. See gift. A bell clapper given to me. And whichever clan has their blood spilt on it when the bell tolls will be sacrificed. Tell your lord, spill blood here. No! Tell him! A council will stop ritual. Send many clans. Gracia clan, give their souls. Now we are Horned Rats favored. Yes.
The Skaven are on the brink of summoning forth their Horned God through the Vortex. It is the powerful Grey Seer clan that have been marked for the blood sacrifice. The souls the great Horned Rat must consume to walk amongst us. The Council of 13, of which the Grey Seer clan are most prominent, send their hordes against you, desperate to wrest the infernal machine from your clutches. Other races sense their doom is coming, and all converge on the Isle of the Dead. The greatest battle of our age is about to begin. The bell tolls for the 13th time. And so, the Vortex is now yours. A gateway to many hells, and the throne of a god.
He comes! Our clan at his side! I am at his side.
But the war is not over. The other races will fight on. Bring ruin in the Horned Rat's name, or face his wrath. The world has seen countless murders. But one killing stands above all others. One death that has shaped the world. Malekith, son of Aenarion, was betrayed. the elven princes crowned Belshazzar as the second Phoenix King. Sir Malekith brooded and poured his hate into a single cup. Malekith toasted Belshazzar, then stepped over his dying body and into the sacred flame of kings. But the fires stripped his flesh, and with a final scream, he hurled himself back from whence he came. His body was taken north, and a suit of armor forged. Malekith was reborn. The Witch King, and in his shadow, legions raised. Decades of civil war followed. Then Malekith embarked on the most ruthless of plans. His sorcerers would unbind the magic of the Great Vortex. Created by Kalidor Dragon Tamer and his elven mages, the Vortex siphons the winds of magic, keeping the demon tide at bay. Malekith's spell was flung at the Vortex, but Kalidor himself broke through the mists of time to deflect the titanic force back at its casters. The Shadowlands were ravaged, sundered.
You live. You die. You live. You die. Servants, you amuse me.
The dragon with two tails hangs in the sky, and you indulge in petty games.
You summoned me, Your Highness. You bring this witch here.
She is well versed in lore and prophecies.
She will betray you, my son, as all have done.
She is indebted to me. I have her soul. Step forward, Felicion the Heartkeeper. The comet disrupts the vortex. Whilst it is weak, a prophecy can be fulfilled.
Of a king who consumes the heart of Ulthuan. My son will take its power and our vengeance.
Find the Oracle. She knows what to do.
I am willing to serve to earn my soul's release.
The ritual cast, and magic bound within the scrolls of Hecate was unleashed, lighting the dark skies of Nagaroth. The sorceress Felicion was joined by a murderer, one that hunted in the shadows. They looked upon the island across Poison Shore and waited. Approaching the island was all but impossible. Yet the ritual gave the sorceress ingress. Felicion bargained with the Oracle. In exchange for her freedom, the Medusa bade the sorceress to look in the mirror. At the heart of hated Ulthuan, the vortex was vulnerable. If the Witch King wished to step into the maelstrom and bathe in its power, then his body would need to be ready. A drink from a cursed goblet was required, filled with the life force of 5 victims. The rituals would reveal the prey that the sorceress and her assassin must hunt. An irony that the Oracle was blind to her own fate. 4 more rituals, 4 more sacrifices needed to fill the goblet. Then the Witch King may drink and be ready to enter the vortex. More of Hecate's scrolls must be found. The scrolls revealed the second sacrifice, a hated foe, a prince of Ulthuan who had confounded the sorceress once before. The assassin took his blood, and she reveled in death. The chalice begins to fill. But more of Hecate's scrolls are needed to find the next sacrifice. The third victim was also known to the sorceress, but this was no enemy. The pupil looked upon her teacher and saw the true cost of dark magic. Success breeds expectation, and the Witch King demands. In the north reigned the fourth sacrifice. One close to the cold heart of the sorceress. A warrior, an enslaver, a warlord, a lover. Not that her beauty was spared the assassin's blade. The prize of a murdered paramour is not to be given freely. Only a brother could offer a sister such a gift. The fifth and final sacrifice was closest to the sorceress, both in bond and vicinity. She named him brother. She named him Shadowblade. But he was not the victim. He never was. The betrayal amused one who had watched from afar. The fabric of reality was torn. From the realm of ruin, the Skaven's horned god mocked its prey and revealed his plan. The celestial event that weakened the vortex was of Skaven design. A parody of the true comet. The Council of 13, the Rat Men's highest authority, were architects of this grand manipulation. Its task complete and fuel expended, the rocket fell back to the surface. When the wreckage was discovered, its purpose remained unclear until now. It was the catalyst to weaken the vortex and goad the other races into action. They knew the Witch King would seek to dominate the vortex, but they were ready. Every ritual cast, the magic was stolen, absorbed into the horned rat's bell. Now soaked in ritual power, the bell will be moved to Ulthuan's heart. If it tolls 13 times, the horned god shall emerge from the vortex, the world doomed. While other races focused on controlling the vortex, the rat men have been using a cursed bell to steal their ritual magic. There's no time for a murderer to grieve his sister. With Felician's blood, the chalice is full, and Malekith may drink. The liquid inside, no poison this time, but an elixir that will make his body ready to absorb the vortex. But first, a god must be halted. The accursed Skaven. They claim the vortex, their devious schemes twisting it into a portal. If the bell sounds 13, the horned god steps unto the mortal realm. Forces gather on the Isle of the Dead, where the greatest battle of our age will be fought. A horned god banished, vermin purged from the island's shores. The Witch King has the prize.
Ulthuan and its vortex are mine.
My son has his revenge.
And so the vortex is ready to receive its dark elf master. A new era begins. But there will always be enemies to fight and wars to wage. Since the days of creation, the reptiles have dominated the jungle continent of Lustria. The ignorant call the creatures lizard men. The wise know them as defenders of the world. In ages past, the Old Ones had a plan. But then the stellar gates collapsed, the Old Ones fled, and demons flooded the mortal plane. Led by the Slann, the lizard men fought the demons that surged across Lustria. Yet, it was the elves that created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the world of chaos, withering demonkind. The world was saved, but the vortex endures only because it is bolstered by the power of the Slann, via the Great Warding. If the warding should fail, the demons will return.
The forked tongue of Sotek hangs low in the sky. The Slann have felt it. Now I see it. Brighter, clearer.
Its hiss disturbs the winds of magic. Look, Targrax, the sacred plaques. One prophecy shines above all others. Vortex of the warm bloods. But the full meaning cannot be deciphered. If our master will not wake, we journey to the city of the sun.
The secrets upon the lost plaques were spoken, and the skies above Lustria cracked with power. Far below the heavens, under a forgotten temple, the ritual of prognostication roused an ancient relic priest. Who stirs my eternal vigilance? Rumbled the relic priest, as it revealed a dread prophecy. If the vortex of the Asa fails, demons unfettered will consume the world. Only the great warding can bolster the vortex, but the comet's wake has left it fractured. As the relic priest's eyes began to fade, it made mention of a lost key, the location of which would be revealed by 4 further rituals. The rituals would realign the Great Warding, and the key, when found, shall unlock the power to permanently restore the vortex. The task was clear. Find the sacred plaques and cast the rituals. The Cosmos engine was activated as the plaques foretold. But it was not brute force alone that turned the gears. Knowledge was the spark of ignition. Ignorance is a chasm. Knowledge is the bridge that will deliver us from peril. The Great Warding is fed by the geomantic web, which in turn is sustained by the Slann residing in their star chambers. And so the stars were sent closer to the heavens. You must hasten along the road of enlightenment, or be overtaken by the warm bloods performing their own petty rituals. The lines of power were interrupted. Whether by fate or design, the cure remained the same. Clear the debris, and like the great rivers of Lustria, the energy will flow once more. Progress has been made. Yet the final tranche of hidden knowledge lays locked behind a door. A key must be found. The final piece of the puzzle. A relic to turn the cogs of the world and bring alignment lay beyond the great falls of Azteco. A key would be discovered, one to unlock knowledge both welcome and unwanted. The fabric of reality was torn. From the realm of ruin, the Skaven's horned god mocked its prey and revealed his plan. The celestial event that weakened the vortex was of Skaven design. A parody of the true comet. The Council of 13, the Ratmen's highest authority, were architects of this grand manipulation. Its task complete and fuel expended, the rocket fell back to the surface. When the wreckage was discovered, its purpose remained unclear until now. It was the catalyst to weaken the vortex and goad the other races into action. They knew the reptiles would seek to bolster the failing vortex, but they were ready. Every ritual cast, the magic was stolen, absorbed into the horned rat's bell. Now soaked in ritual power, the bell will be moved to Ulthuan's heart. If it tolls 13 times, the horned god shall emerge from the vortex, the world doomed. Then the god was gone. Alignment is close. But Sotek's nemesis may yet bring ruin upon us all. The great warding is restored. Energy flows unhindered through the geomantic web. But the vortex remains in peril. The horned god of the rat spawn threatens to pierce the mortal veil. Forces gather on the Isle of the Dead, where the greatest battle of our age will be fought. A horned god banished, rat spawn cleansed from sacred shores. The vortex is secure, the matrices of the great warding enhanced. But the vortex has new, cold-blooded owners. This was always part of the plan. The mage priests read it in the stars long ago. Now the next stage can begin. Commence the purge. Who are the Asur? An enigma to men and dwarfs, who know them as High Elves. At the center of the great ocean lies Ulthuan, a paradise created by the Old Ones. But when the stellar gates collapsed, demons flooded the mortal plane. All was lost until Anarion the Defender strode forth. The first Phoenix King vanquished the demons with the aid of the Archmage Calador Dragon Tamer. It was Calador and his elven mages who created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the excess magic, withering demonkind. With the world purged of chaos, the elves took it upon themselves to become guardians and stewards. The twin-tailed comet is oft seen as an omen, but this time its wake brought great peril.
The dragon with two tails flies lower than before. Its trail disturbs the vortex.
I have felt a change in the winds of magic.
Then write it, brother. Lead the mages of Safari. Bring all in the White Tower to bear if you must.
Such lore is currently beyond us.
I suggest a scrying ritual in the Pool of Isha. It may provide us with the answer.
Such a ritual requires fragments of fallen waystones. Far more than we have.
Then we find more. Make ready your ritual, Lawmaster Talarian. You will have your fragments.
I shall start the search in Lustria.
Lustria?
My brother will search here, in Ulthuan.
Why do you care so much about the greater world?
Why do you not? Stay here, brother. Protect Ulthuan. But I venture beyond our borders.
And while you meddle in far-flung continents, I will ensure you have a home to return to.
The way fragments were gathered, the ritual cast. Arcane power lit Ulthuan's skies. Lawmaster Talarian, ally of Teglis, was joined by Gallifreus, squire of Tyrion. They would be the prince's eyes as the goddess Isha revealed her prophecy. The Lawmaster and squire saw the Isle of the Dead wreathed in fire, the vortex gone. Without the vortex, chaos floods the world, with Ulthuan doomed to sink beneath the waves. But the star crown of Lilith has the power to restore it. The crown was shattered long ago. If the lost shards are reforged, Ulthuan can be saved. Isha has blessed our agents with one piece of the Star Crown, but 4 shards remain lost. Talarian suggests invoking the spirits of the Phoenix Kings, for who better than a king to find a crown? The cost is high to cast such rituals. More way fragments are needed. Finnabar the Seafarer, the reigning Phoenix King, was called upon to reveal the second shard of the Star Crown. The wave fragments are cast so the tides move at the Seafarer's command. The living king has done his part. Now it is time to evoke the royal spirits of old. Cordadris, the Scholar King. His knowledge bequeathed to those who searched, including where the third shard lay, and how to slay the worm that hoarded it.
Begone, servant of chaos! Strike, Gallifreyus!
Time is against us. Belshazzar, the explorer, as he used the stars to navigate the world, their light shone upon the king's lost vessel.
There, Gallifreyus! I see it!
The fourth shard of the Star Crown was found within. Thanks to the Phoenix Kings, the Star Crown is near complete. But there is one who is yet to be evoked. The first, the greatest, the doomed. Anarion the Defender, the first Phoenix King. It is inevitable that the fifth and final shard of the Star Crown is found upon the sword that doomed the Asa. They were only here for the shard, but even the Lore Master could feel the sword's pull. And then something else touched their souls. The fabric of reality was torn. From the realm of ruin, the Skaven's horned god mocked its prey and revealed his plan. The celestial event that weakened the Vortex was of Skaven design. A parody of the true comet. The Council of 13, the Rat Men's highest authority, were architects of this grand manipulation. Its task complete and fuel expended, the rocket fell back to the surface. When the wreckage was discovered, its purpose remained unclear until now. It was the catalyst to weaken the Vortex and goad the other races into action. They knew the Aso would seek to bolster the failing Vortex, but they were ready. Every ritual cast, the magic was stolen, absorbed into the Horned Rat's bell. Now soaked in ritual power, the bell will be moved to Ulthuan's heart. If it tolls 13 times, the Horned God shall emerge from the Vortex, the world doomed. Then the god was gone, but in its place came a swarm of his children. Where there was two, there is now one. But is that enough to make a difference? Star Crown reforged. But the crown alone is not enough. It must be born into the vortex, delivered to Calidor by a hero worthy of Safari. And yet the chittering Skaven lurk, defiling Ulthuan, awaiting the Horned One's arrival. The vortex must be reclaimed, or the world is doomed. A horned god banished. Vermin purged from the island shores. Ulthuan's defenders are brothers in arms again. And a hero. A lawmaster. One who has proven worthy of the Star Crown. To bear its power. Walk into the vortex and become the Maelstrom. Ours is a world of fleeting glory. But it is glory nonetheless.
Los monolitos que guardan a las almas élficas se debilitan. Ulthuan es frágil, aún vacilante desde el último ataque de los Pieles Verdes. El guardián de Toribres no descansa desde que rechazó la invasión verde. El Tarion debe estar preparado. Llegará el día en que regrese el Rey Goblin. Es solo cuestión de tiempo. En las inhóspitas tierras del sur se gesta un Wa de poder inimaginable. El caudillo Grom, el goblin más temido y colosal, sueña con una segunda oportunidad para aniquilar a los Asur. El momento ha llegado. Ulthuan se ahogará bajo una marea verde. Será un Wa como nunca ha habido otro. Pero la horda de Grom se topará con la fuerza imparable de los Asur. El Tarion defenderá su hogar hasta su último aliento. Es su juramento. El implacable y el Rey Goblin. Dos almas que se han jurado venganza. La venganza se acerca. Toribres sucumbirá por fin. Qué deleite será arrastrar al guardián de su preciada torre. Es la hora, Rey Goblin. Desata el Wa. Gloria al Rey Goblin, mejor de los Pieles Verdes y azote de los Asur. Mañana habrá nuevos reinos que asolar. Pero hoy, Grom el Panzudo consolida su infamia. Aviva las llamas, que comience el festín. El Rey Goblin llama una vez más a las puertas de Toribres. El destino de los Asur recae en los solemnes hombros del Tarion. Sobrevive a la verde noche, o Ulthuan caerá en el olvido. Los Asur ya no tienen que temer el salvaje regreso del Rey Goblin. Grom ha muerto, y los monolitos iluminan el camino hacia el mañana. El guardián no se une a las celebraciones. Otros enemigos ansiarán Ibres. La guardia del Tarion jamás termina.